We are back in the center of it all, back in the realm that we call the Captains Quadrant. I am here. Joined with us this week is the Battle Cat, so I'm super excited to see him.
Finally, we got real talent on the show.
We got real talent on the show tonight. So happy to see him. He's devilishly handsome. Battle Cat's a she, though, isn't she?
Yes, she is devilishly handsome.
Devilishly beautiful. But I am not alone. I am with my group of wonderful friends. That apparently we were about to be joined by another group of wonderful friends.
Fashionably late, Annie. Yay.
Hey, just make sure you change that rotation on your home there. Well, she's frozen, so she won't be doing much.
She's frozen in time. We see her anyway.
Yeah,
she can just
she's
hang
here in
out.
spirit. All right.
Yeah.
Hi.
There we go.
Oh, there she goes. There we go. There we go. All right. I'm Captain Joe Dub. If you didn't see that by reading my name there, I am joined with my friend VHS Jace. Battlecat has now transformed into Jason Roy Gaston.
Meow.
And we have three special guests with us. Queen of Warriors, Nita. We got Navia, Queen of Chaos. And then we've got EMH Now Online, Admiral Annie. We've got a lot of special guests in the audience. I'm super excited. So glad each of you are here to join with us in this big cry of a goodbye. And a little bit of a shocking surprise at the very end, but we'll get into that later. Let me get your synopsis so we can read that. All right. Season 3, Episode 10, The Lost Generation. In a desperate last stand, Jean-Luc Picard and generations of crews, both old and new, fight together to save the galaxy from the greatest threat they've ever faced, Taxman. All right. That's the threat I'm facing. All right, guys. Let's hop into First Contact.
Ooh, First Contact.
Thanks. All right. We'll start off with Nita, your First Contact.
I've said it from the very start of season 3 that they have been just taking it out of the park every episode, and it's been a 10, right? But this episode, although they hit it out of the park, I think a 9.5, and I will explain later. Because if I start, I might start crying right now. So
Give it a 9? Unbelievable.
A 9.5.
Queen of Chaos.
I really like this episode. I think the writers had two objectives for this episode: make everyone cry as much as possible and quadruple the nostalgia, which they both did.
Yes.
And Admiral Annie?
Gosh, yeah, I think in the group chat we were just kind of like, wow, can't believe it's like the end of an era, like how incredible. And I really feel like the writers pulled this off. I was like, how are they going to pull together everything that we've watched happen this season in like 45 minutes basically? And they gave us 60 minutes and wrapped it all up with a nice little bow for longtime fans, which I loved.
Yep. All right. Jason Roy Gaston.
Well, I watch these episodes early in the morning so I don't get spoiled. Like I'm talking 4 a.m. And right after I was done with the episode, I got on the chat and I did not put any spoilers. I just put 4 words: they stuck the landing.
Yeah.
And I was so happy because love Patrick Stewart, but Star Trek Picard has not always had satisfying endings.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even think
There's
they've
no
had
happy endings.
They have maybe 2 or 3 good episodes and you get really excited and then the rest of them just turn into a liquid river of diarrhea. This one, it was a classic from beginning to end. I was happy. I smiled. My eyes welled up with tears. I loved it. I absolutely loved it.
VHS Jace.
Look, I'm just going to repeat basically what Jason said. It isn't absolutely perfect, but it's damn close. It's almost a perfect episode for what I'm considering the best single season of a Star Trek episode ever made. Because every episode is rock solid, every one of them. Even Strange New Worlds, which I adore, had a couple of episodes that maybe slightly rocky, but really, look at the miracle they've done. I mean, Annie points out the writing in this. That should not be undermined or dismissed in any way, what Terry Metalis was able to do. My biggest fear going into this episode is they couldn't stick the landing. There's too much at play. this writing team pulled off an expert bit of television, and I'm thrilled. I mean, I watched Mandalorian final episode last night, and then I watched Picard straight afterwards, and I thought Mando was good, but it's nothing compared to what this final episode of Picard was.
Very true, very true. For me, friends, I thought this was a very nice end. It was the bow that we needed to tie the gift that is the final season of Picard. And I got to do something very wondrous and actually see the big 3D billboard in New York City, which I thought was fantastic.
Oh, yeah.
Even though I
didn't upload the pictures, or video, Joe. Sorry, mate.
No. I said, this is supposed to be my moment, man. There we go. All right.
You have no proof.
There's no proof. There is.
We don't believe
my
you.
Twitter.
We just
If you go to
don't
my
believe
Twitter.
you.
Liar.
Yes, and I had dinner with Gates McFadden and Patrick Stewart.
No,
And I won't tell you what Wolf and I were doing.
Oh God.
I said it before the
I'm
show
sure
went
it
live.
was
I'm going to say it
glorious.
again. Questionable morals.
There it is. I actually brought the
Hey, you got it.
I have my own way. I too am a producer. I'm going to just get rid of that New York City background noise. You're going to hear a bunch of clicking and going.
I was hearing you talking.
yeah, I think I said, oh shit. So, yes, here is the billboard. You have to be there at 8:00 every night.
Wow.
So that's the only way to see it. And it was really cool. I absolutely loved it. And it repeats. I think it actually lasts for 2 whole minutes, but I won't be putting up the 2 whole minutes because we have a show to do.
Wow.
But it's so
Professionals.
pretty.
It's
You're
very
very
pretty.
lucky, Joe. Very
Yeah.
lucky to be able to see that.
Yeah, that was
It's
very
so
happy
pretty.
to see it.
Yeah.
I had gone the day before. So here's the story. I'd gone the day
That's cool.
before, and I'm, using my shoddy cell phone, and I'm ready. And they just kept playing this Game of Thrones and Batman thing from HBO Max, which is now just called Max. And I'm like, damn, I don't care about Max. I want to see the Star Trek. I'm here for the Star Trek. And I'm like, what's going on? There's nothing going, So then I walk over to the Paramount office, and I was like, can I speak to the manager?
I'm sure you did.
And sure enough, they were like, "Oh no, kid, you got to come back." I got kid, which was really nice. But they said you got to come back tomorrow and check that out. Thanks for moving.
That
So
looks
for
really
me,
cool.
great episode, great way to end it. Love the surprise, love the build up. Can't wait to see what could possibly happen in the future. And Geek Filter, yes, I know it was the last. I thought I said last, but I was reading it quick, so forgive me. Jesus. Let
Hey,
us.
Joe, before we throw to the comments, because I know
Yeah.
we're just about to throw to the comment, I've got to finish. I'm getting harassed. People wanting to know what's going on with Teddy.
Oh,
It's
no.
your dog. I don't know why they're talking to me. It's your dog. But either way, I'm getting harassed. And I just want to say, if you haven't seen this,
Teddy.
this is Teddy. This is
That's
Teddy,
it.
our science officer.
I fixed his eye problem, by the way. It's not good.
And everyone wants to know what's been happening with Teddy. We know he's having some difficulties lately, but I just want to report and just to let it go. He's finally toning into his spiritual side, which is wonderful for Teddy. He's showing evolution and growth, and I support him now on his current endeavor.
I fixed his eyes, though.
I think it's a good result for him, and he will be a level 7 Thetan in no time.
Yay! That means my next puppy will be half L. Ron Hubbard, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yay! We'll be ready for the great.
Sorry,
Marvel.
guys.
Penny, blink twice if you need help.
All right, let's roll to those beautiful comments. Hello, everyone. I'm so happy.
Yes,
to see you all here. Thanks for
hello
coming in.
everyone. We've got quite a few comments
Hi.
here.
Yeah.
we're
Pick
going
out the
to go
best one,
through
Nita.
them. Well, first we want to say hello to our very faithful Sarah Andrews.
Sarah,
who's
I'm here
with
too.
us. And Devin, live long and prosper. And the most amazing fan ever, the
Hey.
number one
Cosmic
Cosmic
Mom.
Mom.
Mom, don't forget to
Cosmic
use your
Mom.
iPad when you're watching us. So that
And
we can-
hello,
Hey,
Michael.
Michael.
He says, well, good
Michael.
evening / morning, everyone. Finally here to catch you guys live from the UK.
Woo-hoo.
Good on you,
Awesome.
mate. Thanks for watching, buddy.
And I will be with him tomorrow in Star Trekking
Nice.
on his
Ooh.
podcast. So
You see, we didn't get any invites, Michael. I see you just picked
I
the
know,
captain.
if you want to be up at 2 in
There's
the morning,
5 other
Jason,
people
you're
didn't
more
get
than
asked
welcome.
nothing.
You're more
I
than
have
welcome.
insomnia. I have insomnia. Just, work with me, boo.
I don't even know who you are.
But said he wants to be on the podcast.
Yeah.
Please, I do. Yes, I need the validation.
Where's my disco hair? And then we've got here Victor Romero, my Latino brother.
All right.
Welcome.
I love the way you roll your R's. It's so fancy. My tongue's too fat. I can't do it.
Yeah, I can't do it.
Victor, I can't do it.
And we've got Geek Filter here.
Hey, Geek Filter was at the IMAX screening for it.
Oh, you bastard!
Yeah.
He is the luckiest
Congrats.
person right now.
Yeah.
We have a message.
Oh my
though.
God! Look who he sat
Guys?
next to.
Yeah.
Guys, we have a message for Battlecat. Can Battlecat come to the screen?
Battlecat is currently gone.
Yeah.
More
Geek.
He's not a performing monkey for you.
It's all right. I have my nano probes here. It's a rotating frequency. It works.
And
Modulating
all
Battlecat.
hail, Battlecat.
Oh.
Yes, we have that here too.
Don't do that.
Um,
Don't do that. Don't give her any ideas.
Yes, please.
Yeah,
The
we know.
last not lost. And then we have Admiral, funniest frontier.
Oh,
You
Wow.
gave himself a promotion. Congratulations.
Yeah. You
And
did.
this was
Deserves
the
it.
perfect
Deserves
send.
it.
This was the perfect send to my TNG family.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yes,
Cheers.
and Devin says he's satisfied with the ending.
And dings.
Oh, we have to put this up because this is the most important comment.
Yes.
This is
right
why I
here.
didn't want her running the
Yes,
comments.
I hear you, Joe. I hear you.
Yeah.
And we have here. It says, "Thought Teddy would be possessed by a Paul rat."
Paul.
No, unfortunately, Teddy's got far more complex issues to deal with at the moment.
Yeah, Teddy's gonna.
And
extend
we
into the
have
other
the
one.
lovely Trinity.
Oh,
St.
my
Paul's
friends at
Episcopal
Trinity, thanks for
Church.
watching.
They just heard you swear.
Welcome.
They did. Another priest has heard me cuss.
You're going to hell.
But thanks for being here.
But to the Trinity group, back in my day, he would have been put in a punishment.
Yeah, whatever. You never
So
even
y'all
went to church.
might wanna
Let's move on to
think-
the next segment. Pros and cons. Thank you.
Pros and cons. I'm trying the pros and cons.
Sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe shit.
All right, Navia, let's hear your pros and cons for the final episode. This is it.
The pro was the whole epilogue. I love how we got to see what happened to the characters and then Q at the end. That was very, very exciting.
Yeah.
And that means they're setting up a TV show. That whole last section was basically a setup for a new TV show, and I'm very excited. The cons was, where's Laris? They just forgot about her. I'm kind of annoyed that they forgot about her.
She did. She just said, that's
Don't
Picard
say that.
later with that shitty wine and then just,
She's dead to Picard.
she's dead to Picard.
Apparently.
Agreed. She
Yeah,
so
totally.
is.
I'm with an admiral now.
You gotta summon his ex back, and he's done with Laris. Laris doesn't even matter anymore.
Nope.
Leave
All
it
right.
to a man to just dump you for an admiral.
I know.
Yeah, right. All right, Annie.
Oh man. Pros. I love the way that they just masterfully tied this up for us. I wasn't left feeling wanting as far as tributes or honors to our original TNG crew. I'm gonna catch hate for this. I know it. I just know I'm gonna catch hate.
Oh, I
But
can't wait.
the con was Q. I was not excited to see Q at the end. I don't know why. I just was not. It
Interesting.
felt gimmicky to me, or I didn't need that. I just wanted to see him on the ship and just flourish for a minute. Let us settle into that before we get Q all up in there causing chaos and stuff. That's just my opinion. So, yeah.
All right. VHS Jace.
Yeah, look, there's a lot of positives. The abandonment of Laris is an interesting one. I just don't think there was any way they were going to ever service that character. So I think they made the right choice by not having her in the last episode because the way they treated her at the beginning of the season. So I think from a writing perspective, it would have been disjointed. There are amazing things. The Enterprise D, come on, the pros here. The Enterprise D, every shot of that D was
Oh my
magnificent.
god.
Yeah.
And the Millennium Falcon going through the second Death Star, we get to see the D go through a Borg ship. that is geek nirvana.
Yeah.
Like,
It's great to watch
amazing.
Yep,
Data put the
totally.
D into things.
yes, absolutely.
Yes.
Yes.
Damn, you're gonna get us.
Yes.
Audience, I do apologize
What
for
am
the
I
perversion of my co-host.
I'm just saying,
keeping it
just to punch the D into something,
Oh.
let it explode, and then get
Yeah.
out just as fast as you could. I just think it was
Oh my God.
masterful. Sorry,
The
Beth.
idea, some of
So
the
good.
great pros, the Borg.
We have a church
How do you
listening.
make the Borg fresh again? This is how you do it. You have a Borg ship that's cannibalizing itself.
Which was crazy.
Love that.
That was
Love
No, that
cool.
was so great.
Oh,
the
cool.
Borg Queen performance, Alex Krieg under all that prosthetics.
Yeah.
I think that was a robotic
Amazing.
thing.
It was Alex Krieg's
It was.
voice, but it was
Yeah.
a different actress.
It was a different.
Was that
actor.
okay? Because
Yeah.
I'm going. There's so much prosthetics there. In fact, when
Yeah.
I was watching, I
Yeah.
was starting to think, is that Amanda Plummer?
Oh wow.
And did
Oh.
Amanda Plummer? Yeah.
Look at
And did
Brandon.
Amanda
Yes,
like?
they did say
Yeah,
it
her
was
shapeshift
Alex
was
Krieg's
based on the
voice.
Borg Queen. Like, yeah.
Nah,
So
no.
Wow.
also, what amazing lines of dialogue in this. Worf's, and I will make it a threesome. You know,
That was
he's
so
just
funny.
absolutely
Oh,
brilliant.
so
Yeah,
Riker's
that was great.
responses.
That was
Do
great.
you even hear yourself?
That's my
Hear
war.
yourself.
Like, and another line from Worf: "Swords are fun." Again, great
Yes.
lines.
Yeah,
The fact
yeah.
that he takes a nana nap at the end of it too.
Oh my god, that was
perfect.
amazing. That was gonna be
Or
one of my
Grandpa
friends.
Worf.
Yeah, it's just
like,
magnificent. And I've got pages of notes here of all these amazing things, but I'm not going to let then you guys get to say what you think about it. But yeah, I think the biggest magic trick Terry Tallis did was make the Borg interesting again.
Yeah.
We all groaned when it was revealed last week in
Yeah.
this episode.
Yeah,
Terry
we sure
Metalis
did.
went, "I'll show you," and he did. Did
He
it in the best way
did.
possible.
He did.
Good, good.
All right, I'll let you guys have your say. What
All
do
right,
you think?
Nita.
You know, I'm gonna tell you what I liked, which is most of the episode. This is an amazing episode. I love when Worf said, when he's talking to Riker and he's like, "I thought we would die," and then he's like, "I think it's a good day to die,"
Yeah.
and I'm like, "Calm down. You have work to do. Like, Papa, please. This is not happening to you right now." Like, I was at the edge of my seat. Like, this can't be their moment, right? And
Yeah.
I love the fact that they stuck by Picard and they just had that unity that they had in TNG.
Unity.
It came through and it was played beautifully. I love the new weapon that I think it was Rafi came up with.
Yeah.
With shooting them
Transporter gun.
and transporting
Yeah.
them.
Yes, the ones that the Sona had in Star Trek.
Yeah, I was gonna
Nemesis.
say the Sona had that in Star
Yes,
Trek.
the Sona had
That's
that.
right.
Star Trek Big
Yeah.
Direction.
Yes, I
Yeah.
thought that was wonderful that they brought that up, that they were able to transport them and not hurt them, because the alternative would have
Yeah.
been to kill them, right? And they didn't want to do that because they trusted that they could beat this. They have faith in themselves, and I thought that was wonderful. And I love the moment where a 7 of 9 tells this guy who's feeling really awkward on the bridge,
Yeah.
going, "You got this," because he's like, I'm
Yeah.
a cook. I didn't finish my pilot
Yeah.
lesson, but I thought he did
Yeah.
fantastically.
Affirmation.
He
piloting.
did so good.
I would have gone up
Yeah.
and slapped him across his dumb head and gone, "You're getting paid, buddy. Do your job."
But this is why you're not the captain.
Pretty much.
Yeah. Now, the one thing, I won't say that I didn't like it, but I was disappointed in. I want you guys to hear me out because it's a very emotional thing. And I've been holding in my feelings and my tears. Like,
Is this another
all
love
day.
for Worf thing coming up?
No.
Oh, okay. I think it's Worf.
You should
We've
see
been
the
doing
cat
that in
people.
chat room forever.
X-rated.
No, it is listen, my love for Worf lives on. That's perfect. That needs no explanation. But I felt that, I know that no one cared. A lot of people didn't care for Data dying in Nemesis, but I felt that he was given a hero's death, and it really opened the doors to be able to bring him back aged, because the actor ages. The character may not, but he does, right? And I felt that they gave him that opportunity. This is what's going to get a little emotional. I feel that it was a disservice to Picard, the character, not dying, and I'm gonna explain why.
You think he should have died?
Because I think he
Data
should
or
have died.
Picard.
Picard. Picard, a hero's death, because the actor was a human being and will one day die. And what's going to happen is they're going to do to him what they did to Spock, where in the Calvin timeline, that Spock gets a message that he died. And he just dies. And that's what's going to end up happening if they don't bring him back in one of the legacy episodes and takes him away. And I feel that that character should be given a hero's ending. Let me save my son. What an amazing moment of parental love than a father who never got to be a father shows the ultimate love for that child and gives his life, not just for that child, but for the entire Federation. That would have been amazing. And I feel like it's a disservice to the character because he has been a hero through and through. I am with Annie. I did not care for that cue. Like, are you after Picard's lineage or are you after humanity? Because it looks personal to me. Like, back the F off, people. Like, he really pissed me off, but I am still interested in knowing what's going to happen. But I was kind of hoping that Picard would die a hero's death.
Okay.
Maybe it's the Klingon in me.
Yeah. All right. Jason, Roy, Gaston.
Okay, so this episode is just full of pros. One of my weird pros is that it sounds so natural to have Riker curse.
Right.
Every single curse that came out of his mouth. I had some issue whenever Picard used the F word a couple of weeks ago, and I was like, that doesn't sound like Picard. Riker cursing in this episode. Yeah, that's Will right there. It's just the universal translator's been censoring him for 30 years. We're finally hearing what he said. Whenever he tried to pick up Worf's sword and it was too heavy.
That was my problem.
That was hilarious.
That was excellent.
Heavy?
That was so funny.
Worf and Riker, we need to put them on a buddy show together.
Yes.
Just swords are fun. I can make it a threesome. Come on. Worf knew exactly what he was saying.
He knew what he was saying.
He knew what he was saying. It was hilarious. I respectfully, Nita, I'm going to disagree with what you said about Picard dying. I like that we got a happy ending for everybody. And that's what I was hoping for. Yep. And not everybody needs a hero's death as long as they have a hero's life.
Oh, yes.
And some people, quite frankly, deserve to die now don't cut me off there, but some people, quite frankly, deserve to die in a comfy bed surrounded by friends and family.
Aww.
And that's just how I see it. Yeah. I think that's the best way you could go.
Like rich
yeah, pretty much. Well, he's got a chateau. He's loaded.
Yeah, he's pretty much there. Yeah,
right.
He's gonna be in a comfy bed, drunk on wine.
He's gonna be drinking. Oh my gosh, wine. It's terrible. And Laris will be standing in the background. What do you expect? I've been poisoning it for 10 years after you left me. But yeah, I'm happy with the ending. I think ending it with a poker game was the most appropriate thing.
It was so classic.
With the Star Trek TNG theme playing.
Yeah.
Did Picard, I don't remember. Did Picard ever play poker with them in any of the episodes?
In the last episode he did.
In the last one, right?
And a imposter Picard played poker with them once, but Picard himself only played in one episode. I hear what you're saying about Picard's love, showing his son that he loves him by giving his life for him at the end. That Picard never had a father, or never knew what it was like to be a father, but now he does. He does get to know what it's like to be a father. And what better way to be a father than Pop and Mom dropping their son off on his first day of work?
Yeah.
Just don't talk about the weird, omnipotent other half brother. We don't talk about him.
Yeah, nobody even mentioned homework.
He didn't even show up. I would be like,
They've got a spin-off sequel that has not been announced yet. I'm sure he'll show up there.
I don't think they're gonna do
Oh
this
yeah.
one.
I want to see Wesley and Jack meet.
I think
Yeah.
so.
Yeah.
I would be so jealous.
Just for
You
the
know what
whole.
would have been
Just for the
great?
whole.
Right?
It would have been great if he
nice
showed up.
accent. Where'd you get that from? I don't know. I got the looks in the family. I guess I needed the accent too.
I thought they were gonna bring him when they were on the bridge looking for him, and Beverly would have been like, "Where have you been?"
Yeah.
You know, and yelled at him or something, and get all mom. You know, but
Yeah.
he didn't.
He
show
would have
I
popped
was,
up. He goes, "Hey everybody, do you need some help?" Shut up, Wesley.
Yeah, exactly.
Wesley,
Exactly.
You know,
Exactly.
okay. I don't think it should have been John Delancey at the end. It
Should've
should
been
have been
Wesley.
Keegan
Ooh.
Delancey. It
Oh.
should have
Oh.
been Hugh Jr.
Or-
Yes.
It should have been
There
Wesley.
you go.
Yeah.
Like,
Wesley.
hey,
Yeah.
I think it's about
yes.
time we talked.
Yeah, that would have been great.
Actually,
Yeah.
would have been that is the better option, Wesley.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Maybe they
but,
couldn't
you
get
know,
Will. He was
they
busy doing
want to
the
start up
acting
a.
stuff.
They want. They're.
Yeah.
I know. I just heard Joe say the spinoff's not happening. It's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Star
Hey,
Trek
really?
Picard
Yeah.
broke top 10.
Yeah.
They want
I
to
think-
keep this going. It will. It
Yeah.
will happen. Either
Hey,
that or
Jace,
they will
what
make
did
some
you-
movies.
What did you think of Jack Crusher in the end? Because I reckon this episode completely won me over with him.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
really
won me
want to
over.
see him
Same.
in the future.
Yes, I like the guy. I've liked him for a while now. I think he's a good character. And of course, biggest con, guys. Let's talk about the music. Whenever they revealed that the Titan had been rechristened,
I
because
hated that.
they took the Titan theme and they wove the Star Trek: The Next Generation theme into
I
it,
thought I was
It
hearing
did sound a
things.
bit off.
and
I know.
it was amazing. I'm sorry,
A little
I
bit
liked it. I liked it. Everybody's like, they would never do that. Yeah, they rechristened the Yorktown Enterprise A, and now it's in the museum. Yeah, they would
Yeah,
have
they
done
did.
that.
Yeah.
And the Defiant too, because when they
Yeah, it
gave
was a
back
Sao
the
Paulo.
second Defiant, they gave it the same name. So
Yeah.
they've done that before
legacy
in the
thing, yeah.
Federation. Sure,
It's a
legacy.
legacy. It's a legacy.
Oh. All right. So for me,
Legacy.
my
Yeah.
pros and cons.
Yeah.
For me, I don't like the ship Titan being the Enterprise G. I thought that was a weird twist. They could have come up with something brand new. I thought
How
that
do
would
we
have been dope.
hang up on him?
Yeah, I'll get
mute
rid of
you.
him now.
I can mute you.
No, he's entitled
That's
to his
work.
opinion.
So
wanted to
anyway,
start that.
as I'm talking, Captain talking, we
A crew mutinying.
yeah, I wasn't a fan of that. I mean, I thought it would have been cool if we just left it the Titan. The Titan
Just
was a
call
cool
me
thing on
7
its
of
own.
9. Everybody else, let's mutiny. Let's take the ships wherever we want. You
I
can
like-
be Captain Shaw.
I
You can stick
really
around
thought it
until-
was a nice,
two episodes.
touching thing that Shaw wanted her to be promoted from
Oh,
before. I
Beautiful
thought that was a
Yeah.
beautiful touch there, and I'm so glad Tuvok survived.
Yes.
He does still have those longer ears, so maybe
Yeah.
that's an age thing when they get older.
He looked
Yeah.
better in this episode, I thought.
Yeah,
He did
much
look better, but his ears were still kind of long, right?
Yes, they were.
Right, yeah, thank you.
You know, I actually looked at old episodes of Voyager. They're not that different.
Yeah.
Really?
Do you want to get a
Tuvok
ruler
always
out of
had-
something, Joe? I mean, really.
Tuvok always had like
Come
cardboard
here.
ears.
Hold up, let me see how many millimeters those peaks.
We need
You use millimeters. I'll give you credit.
we
for
need a
Yeah.
side
I work
by
for
side.
China all the time.
Yeah.
Voyager Tuvok and Picard.
Yeah, we
Tuvok
did like
here.
yeah, that'd
Because
be
this
great.
is a thing now. This has become a thing. We need to know. We need to know.
What else,
Oh,
Joe?
wow.
What else?
Well,
did you like?
so my pros, I really enjoyed the Doctor, Beverly Crusher becoming Admiral Crusher, part of the new science division. She removed all the little evil nanobots from Picard. I thought that was really cool.
She's a sharpshooter too, Joe.
Is pew pew pew. She really
Yeah.
blew
A lot
the
has
hell up
happened in the last
Yeah.
year.
I love that. Every episode, every scene with her and blowing up stuff is really cool. I also love the Data and Counselor Troy conversations. She's like, "I'm ready to go on vacation. Hurry it up! I've been on it for. I know I've been talking for an hour. Yeah. Don't worry. I'm already looking at where I'm gonna go hang my feet in the sand." I really enjoyed that. And
That was excellent. I loved it.
and of course the little update with the transporter so that they can catch changelings as well. So kind of like limits their power again in the universe, so they can just be changelings and chill. I really really enjoyed this episode. I thought it was great overall. And I really love the Enterprise D, but I would have loved to see.
I hear the sound.
Yeah, the sounds of Brooklyn.
They're coming to get Joe
No,
for
they're
not liking the Enterprise.
I'm far
D.
away from Brooklyn, so
They're going
We
to.
heard-
They're
we
going
We
Oh,
heard
yeah.
he didn't
let
like
them come.
the
They
G.
can't get me. They'll never take me alive. No,
That your proposal is acceptable. You dissed the G.
and the last pro that I had for this episode, but the only thing I did wish for was a showdown between the F and the D. I thought that would have been kind of cool if it just kind of went and then went back on its merry little way. I thought that would have been really neat, but can't have everything. I really enjoyed how it went in like the Millennium Falcon, as Jay said. That was perfect. So let us go to the comments.
Yes, absolutely. We are going to go to the comments where we have some lovely comments. Of course, our friend Michael here says, I want to know where Laris is. Yes,
did.
I agree. And where's the dog?
Oh yeah,
Oh,
probably.
yeah.
Number one.
She
Number
took the
one.
dog when she left.
She left him keeping your
She
dog.
got half that vineyard. She's doing just fine. All right.
She's doing fine, yeah.
I mean, and Cosmic Mom, you know, I had to put her comment up.
Again
you
with your
know?
hair? Unbelievable.
We get it. We get it.
Yeah, we get it. You like your hair. Everybody
You
likes
know,
your hair.
our friend cried, and
Aw.
we're with you. We're with you. I
Yeah.
give you some virtual hugs. Victor Romero
Hey.
says Star Trek.
Yes.
Return of
Jedi, yeah.
Does it
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
Does it well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It basically
yeah,
did. Like,
and-
yeah. I laughed.
Absolutely. And Sarah says, I laughed, I cry. I felt I was gonna puke. I had goosebumps, and then I was happy. Absolutely.
Oh, that's
I
really
was at
great
the edge
that
of my
Sarah.
seat.
That's wonderful that Sarah commented on our last show. That's a lovely thing to say about our last episode.
And Geek Filter says, I sat next to Captain Shaw
Wow.
and sang the last night.
Oh, so
There is
you
a
rubbing it
new
in.
Wow.
God.
Wow.
Geek Fielder is our Q.
Yeah,
He's
he
just
is.
everywhere
He is.
doing everything.
He's the mischievous Q, yeah.
He is our cue, just making it harder and harder for us to love him.
Amazing.
Maybe keep putting your hand on Shaw's leg all night. May not have been the right move, Aaron.
Yeah,
but, you know, whatever.
We just need to christen Shaw the patron saint of red shirts.
Yeah.
Oh, he should be the saint, isn't he? I mean,
Yes, the
he's
patron
got
saint
the
of red
true-
shirts.
Yes.
He made it to the end of the series. You know?
Devin has an important question. I think actually a serious question, not about my beautiful hair,
Oh,
that
God.
needs to be addressed. Oh, come on. You know you love it. It says, are the boys
Oh,
extinct
yeah.
now?
They need to
No.
be. They need
I
to be.
think
This needs
But
to
they're
be
not
it.
because we've got Future Borg.
I
haven't we?
agree.
But they're
And we still got Girardi hanging out at that
the
transport.
Girardi
She
Borg
should now,
are it.
yeah.
There should not be
Girardi.
any more Borg. There should be
Yeah,
it.
there should be just the Girardi Borg, and they're kind of sort of our friends,
Wow.
right?
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah.
yeah, you're right.
Now, Victor Romero says, nah, I don't think the Borg will ever die. I
That's
don't
probably
know. Will they?
It'll
I
take
think
some
they're
great
not.
writing to make it interesting again.
Mhm.
Because
Yeah.
I challenge anyone to do a better job than Terry did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
no joke.
Michael has a very good question that I think we talked about it last week. It says, "What did Worf do to the Enterprise E?"
I think he showed
Michael,
up for
hang
the
around
break.
because that is a stupid Star Trek question this week.
Oh,
So when we get to
Yes.
that,
look at
we're
that.
going to discuss it.
All right. All right.
Yes, absolutely. We have a geek filter. My friend here says, as someone at Paramount said, if any of the original crew died, we would never have heard the end of it. They would have never killed off Picard.
That's true.
I guess you're right.
I think it's the right
buddy.
choice.
Yeah.
I think it's
Yeah.
Well,
I-
we
I
griped
honestly-
and complained for 30 years after Data died. Yeah, they weren't
Yeah.
going to kill off
Yep.
another one. It's like
No.
Roe. That's the big surprise. Roe,
I
Shelby,
think
Shelby, and Roe. Yeah, that's what you get. Those are the deaths.
Yeah.
I think it was the most respectful way to actually handle Picard. I understand what you're saying, Nita, and
No,
absolutely.
absolutely.
But I just think what gave me the emotional feels was knowing Picard now had a family.
Yeah.
And in that speech inside the Matrix, in the Borg Matrix, when he's talking to Jack, he expresses that he never really had a family. And that is something we've seen over the years with Picard. Like in that scene of Generations when he lost any lineage to Picard and things like that. He had a family, but he was missing something, and that was Jack. Oh, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
I thought that was
Terry Metalis. It was beautiful.
Yeah.
Yes, and Geek Filter also says it turns out Cybon was never dead, and he and Laris are now doing spycraft for Section 31, another backdoor spinoff.
Yeah.
Is that backdoor spinoff
I'm
for
here
euphemism?
That will be
jeez.
nice.
Gross.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you guys so much for your great comments.
All right, so we got a commercial break now? Or?
No. We don't go to commercial break yet. We have Mr. Gaston's segment.
All right, there we go.
We're ready to go.
right.
Maybe I should be
I'm
ready
ready.
before I do it, but here we go.
Oh my! I love the part.
It is great. And happy birthday to George Takei, by the way.
Oh yeah.
Happy birthday,
George.
Uncle George, happy birthday. All right, so my rant for the day is it's kind of already been ruined by all of you, but Laris. So it was not only a disservice to Orla Brady and a great character to completely shortchange her this season and not even mention her in the last episode of saying, well, I'm going to go back to my girlfriend. What? You have a girlfriend? They shouldn't have even had her in the first episode, if you ask me. They should have just let her go by the wayside like they did with poor Elnor. Romulan Legolas. Let both of them go by the wayside. But here's my issue here is that Picard is being very foolish right now because now he has an ex who is a Tal Shiar.
Oh.
She is going to salt his vineyards. She is going to poison the wine. That's why it tastes so funky. That's why it's sour mead. She's been poisoning it. Not with like deadly poison, but enough to give people the runs. Or who knows, maybe Worf was sleeping off a case of Chateau Picard poisoning. But I wanted to see her again. And I know it would have been yet another ending, but would it have been too much to have had Picard walk into the vineyard and have Laris sitting there going, oh, where the bloody hell have you been? And then he walks over and like, this is my son. Your what? I'm sorry, what? I just some kind of closure to Laris. Don't mess with the Tal Shiar. Hell hath no fury like a woman scorned, but hell don't know what a scorned Tal Shiar woman can do. Is all I can say. Beverly, sleep with a sidearm underneath your pillow. Picard, watch your butt, because she is coming for you. You will die in bed, but it will be screaming. And that was my rant of the week.
And you have to read this comment that Geek Filter said. In the recent Picard book, Laris hired Rafi to kill a person who wronged her. Oh, yeah. Picard is walking on thin ice.
Well, she's a first officer now, so I don't think
if you want to talk about how if anyone wants to talk about how they mistreated Laris, they did the opposite with Raffi, though, right?
Oh,
yeah.
Raffi.
They really did a great job with her.
It's so good.
Yeah.
They reunited her with her family, and
I'm also going to say I'm all for shipping Worf and Raffi, but at this point,
Yes.
I think that they would make a beautiful couple.
Yeah,
I think that they would make some interesting children down the road.
I don't think 7 and 9 would be too happy about that, but
Yeah.
I forgot.
Right?
Yeah,
she might have something to say.
yeah. Interesting.
What do you think Seven's catchphrase is?
Oh yeah, they cut it.
Oh yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry. That was Avengers right there. I was
That
like, oh, they pulled an Avengers on us.
Yeah.
I think
Jason,
it was.
Yep.
You're going into 10 forward territory.
This is terrible. I like it.
Oh wow, young
Okay.
Worf.
Sorry.
Enjoy, Jason.
my
He will
thought-
die tonight.
Okay. Anyway, I ain't scared. You come find me. I got a intact cat here. You'll swing a bat'leth, then you'll have a cat in your face. Don't hurt him. That's my job. Okay, so 7 of 9's catchphrase. In my head, it is one of three things. 1, comply.
Oh no!
2, fun will now commence. Or 3, when she opened up her mouth to say something, she went like this.
Oh no!
And that's what she has to do. She has to act like it's on purpose from now on. Just every time that she orders warp, she has to burp. Like burp factor 4, yes, ma'am.
I really like fun will now commence. That would be amazing.
Yeah.
Fun will now commence.
What was Janeway's catchphrase?
That's what I was going to ask you. Actually, my question to you was, what was Janeway's catchphrase?
I think she
Ladies,
just said,
do any of you know?
I think she just said engaged, didn't she?
Yeah,
Geek
engaged.
Filter,
Go or
what did she
something,
say?
or we're engaged?
Yeah.
Geek Filter, are you there?
I would like the
Michael.
ship to go now.
Yeah.
Now.
Oh my god!
Make
I
ship
hope
go
she doesn't
fast.
say that.
Yeah.
That was so funny.
I
Do
still
it.
think
Oh.
I think comply would be great. Warp factor 5, comply.
Thanks.
Do
Do
it.
it.
There we go.
Yeah,
That
do
would
it.
be
She could repeat that in honor of Janeway.
Do it now.
Do it now.
Do it now. Yeah.
Commence now and do it.
She's not that kind of commander. I'm sorry.
No.
She is not that. She's not that kind of captain. I think that it's great that 7 of 9 is more of a. She's become a motherly character. She's kind of become a mirror of Janeway.
Yeah.
So maybe do it would be good. But I like. I don't know. I like the softer side of 7, where she's in charge, but at the same time, she's almost like a grade school teacher. At the same time, it's okay. It's okay. It's just a little assimilation. It's okay.
She's still pretty tough, though. You can see the tough
Yeah.
core of
Yeah.
the child.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh, for
I
sure.
absolutely love it.
I
And what a
think
tight
that-
little team they've got now, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were happy with the G.
No,
bridge
I
team.
love
Yeah.
the G. I thought it was great that they were having an adventure on the Enterprise the whole time, and we didn't know it until the last
Yes.
episode.
That's
Oh,
that's
put
the
it that
whole
way.
magic trick. You didn't realize the whole
best.
show they were on the Enterprise.
Yes, and it's a
Yeah.
beautiful ship. I love the design. Yeah, it's smaller, but at the same time,
You got to beef up the weapons on that bad boy.
The E was smaller than
Yeah.
the D. The F is the F is larger than the D canonically, but now they're going back down again. I don't mind the ship fluctuating in size.
So Jason is saying size doesn't matter, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
No, no.
That's been his defense for decades.
Oh, okay, there you go.
No, I was talking about the bridge crew on.
the
new
the
G.
D the
I
D
love
took a
it.
while to find the G, but it did.
That's great. I
Well
love
done,
that.
well done. Well
Also,
done.
Because
one,
the D is selfish.
one last thing I got to point out: G is the 7th letter of the alphabet.
Oh, look at that.
It's
Yeah.
magical.
Yeah.
Yes.
He's been scribbling that on the walls in his rooms for months now. Just the number
Jesus,
7.
Jesus.
Indeed.
Because 7. 7 this. I have 7 cans. I have 7 cats. I have 7.
7 He-Man figures and 7 Skeletors.
I actually think I do have 7 Skeletors.
Are we cool with nepotism? Are we cool with the nepotism? Because I'm totally
absolutely.
cool and I can justify it. I'm totally cool with it.
Okay,
I'm
listen.
totally cool with it.
Nepotism is fine. After all, Chekhov's son is president.
Yeah, I was just
Yes!
talking
Yeah.
about that.
Anton
That
Chekhov.
Easter egg with Chekhov, and that was actually Chekhov, the guy who plays it, right?
Yeah, as Walter
Koenig?
Koenig,
Yeah.
as Anton
That's
Chekhov.
Anton.
Yeah, Anton. Yeah,
Anton
right after
Chekhov.
yeah, I thought that was beautiful.
Yeah.
Victor
absolutely.
Romero says it's kind of sad that
Yeah,
the
that's
Titan
what I
doesn't
thought when I
exist
first
anymore.
there'll be
But
new
here's
version.
the thing: they will come up with a new Titan.
Yeah.
They
yeah,
will.
that's true. That's
Yeah.
true.
Don't they have to build a new Excelsior too?
Yeah, they have to build
There
it.
ain't no more Excelsior at the moment either.
Well, as
Well, those
Starfleet
pieces
works,
of it-
it's they're sitting there, they're watching the pieces of the Excelsior go by, then they point at another ship. You're the Excelsior now.
Yeah.
But we're the
So-
Potemkin. You're the Excelsior now.
What happened to the? Are we assuming then the? I can't remember if the F got destroyed on screen then.
It
No.
didn't. It was getting decommissioned.
Yeah.
So,
According to the canon that has been handed down from Picard, the F was severely damaged during a rescue mission. And basically, they patched her up enough for her to be in the fleet parade, and they were going to decommission her after this. So it was all purely ceremonial.
oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Huh.
And
so
Shelby be dead.
Matter now. Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah,
Yeah, Shelby be dead. I thought maybe she'd show up, but no, she be dead.
For a second, I thought Shaw was going to show back up. Like,
Yeah.
He kind of did in the Princess Leia hologram.
No,
He is far more
Dead.
he's far more important to the Stargate universe dead now.
They're gonna resurrect
You
him
can't
on the
screw that
spinoff as an
character up now.
EMH. They're gonna say activate the EMH. He's gonna pop up. So please state the nature of the weird shit.
Hey, activate
Oh,
your
that would be
emergency
excellent.
captain.
Emergency captain. There we go.
Yes.
Who's the engineer?
You're going to
The
ship,
emergency
your captain's
engineer.
dead, boom,
No,
they
I
saw.
think emergency engineers better, like Navia
Yeah.
says, because that's where he thrives.
Yeah.
That he really liked engineering. Oh,
Yeah.
that will be excellent. But
He didn't get
having
a
him as
choice.
an EMH would be amazing. Can you imagine his
That would be
bedside
so funny.
manner?
Yeah.
Oh,
He
I
grabbed
was-
the doctor before.
Yeah. One thing before, real quick, I really love that the D got to rest at the Fleet Museum with Geordi at the end. It got its own spot in the front.
And she was
Yeah.
too fat for the rings.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
was the ring.
Right.
My beautiful
Love it.
fat girl.
that's right.
Hey,
representation.
do you know the audience? I'm going to let the audience know. During the week, I put out a poll on our chat
Oh yeah.
to see what everyone was going to think, because the question was before we said this episode,
Yeah,
was
yes.
Picard going to die? Emergency command dipshit. Bravo. Bravo.
Well said, Michael. Well
Deserve
said.
that. All right, so I put a poll out there, and let's have a look. So the poll I put out there was, does Picard kick the bucket in the episode? And we had two options. Like Chumbawamba, he gets knocked down and gets back up again. Or he's dead, like dead, so fucking dead. Any more dead, he'd be dead. It was interesting to see the results of this, and the results are the following. Well, he's dead like dead is Navia and Nita. They both believe Picard was a goner, and
They
the
are now
rest of
officially
us,
known as Debbie Downers.
and the rest of us, yeah. Like, no offense, ladies, but I reckon if I saw your Netflix homepage, it's all those murder, real life documentaries and stuff. Fascinated.
I'm
But
not
that's what my
saying
wife
anything,
is.
but they probably know where to find snuff films on the dark web.
Yeah. They know the Netflix code.
I'm not
Yeah,
saying anything, but I'm pretty sure a lot
Yeah.
of dogs and cats went missing in their neighborhood when they were growing up.
Oh my god.
I got to ask you both, you ladies, though, why did you think at that time? Did you think Picard was going to die? Navia, why did you think Picard was going to die? Did you think it was important to the story, or you thought, he's done, so they'll kill him off?
Yeah, they just kept talking about the next generation and the next generation. And I just thought, okay, in order for this next generation to come about, the old generation kind of has to, die. So that's why Picard was a goner.
Called up. Hey, Dad, I got
And
some
it's an
issues with
interesting
this
thing to say, though, because
Yeah.
thematically, that's what we're programmed to think.
Yeah.
But it is a very macabre way of looking at it, isn't
Yeah.
it? Like Jason expressed before, and I agree with him, the fact that he got a family at the end of it, and he got, everything he kind of, that was missing from his life, he got to me, that was more satisfying than killing him
Yeah.
off. I was just curious to why, at the time, you thought he was going to die. Nita, why did you think Picard was going to die a few days ago?
Well, I thought that they would go in the route of him dying a hero's death. I mean, I totally understand and respect everyone's point of view, and I really see that. I do. I can see how a happy
You're not in a
ending
minority,
will be
Nita.
great.
A lot of people. Yeah.
But I really thought that giving him this end felt very honorable for a character such as Picard than him dying in a bed, because I think that he has been a warrior through and through. He faced the Klingons next to Borg. Next to Worf in battle, and he was like, "I'm down." He was not afraid. and he faced the Borg, and he faced a lot of enemies. So I always saw him. Even though he's a diplomat, I always saw his warrior spirit. So I thought they would give him a warrior's ending. And maybe that's a little Klingonish of me. I don't know.
I think that would be a Worf death more than
that would be Worf.
that would have pissed me off if they would have killed him like old age. No, Worf needs to go in battle. Absolutely.
But I think the real truth of it is what Geek Filter put up earlier. I mean, Paramount were never going to do that. Also, did you want to end this series on a bummer?
Yeah.
We've had really intense episodes week to week with the stakes being raised. I just don't know how an audience would have received if it was like, and Picard's dead, credits. I don't know
They would
how
have
that
to write it
gone well at all.
They would have to write it properly. Like, I don't know what the story would have been, but it would have to have been written well.
But here's the other problem they had. They already killed him once.
Yeah.
So what, you then going and then the whole audience is going,
again?
How emotionally important is it that Picard's dead again?
Yeah.
We've already asked the audience to do that.
Personally, I didn't feel that what is being called his death really, really, truly happened because they put him in a synthetic body. And honestly, if he hadn't even been told that, would he have even known? Because he's an aging synthetic, they told him. So he would age a natural course. He would die naturally. Like, this is a synthetic upgrade kind of thing. But I don't feel like it was truly a death. To me, dead is dead and gone. Like, that's it, afterlife.
I mean, his body was in the other place, so he's pretty dead.
Yeah, I was going to say, he would have found out no matter what. He would have found out eventually.
Well, he would have found out now because they stole his, original body. But think about it. I mean, he really wasn't dead. They just transferred him.
Data died twice.
Yeah.
He only died.
And by the way, like, you're talking about a character who Brett Spiner was told by Gene Roddenberry that the whole path, like the arc for Data, will be all he wants in his life is to aspire to be human, and he will never get there. And I love that they went past that. I love that they went, okay, we get it, but the only way to move this character forward is to make him human. And the fact that he's seeing a shrink at the end of it.
I love it.
I love
Just
that.
magic.
Really
the fact he mentions he sees someone feed his cat and he just starts crying. I'm like,
Yeah.
that is beautiful. He's thinking of Spot.
Yeah.
I thought someone was going to come in and go, like Riker, and say, here, I thought you needed this. And give him a little kitty cat.
Oh my gosh. Give Data a cat. Have him go, oh my gosh, it's a cat. It's it.
I'd be allergic to it.
And he could be like, Spot point two, of course.
I actually already have a dog. This is number one. It was wandering around the French countryside. Apparently, nobody had been taking care of him for 2 years.
Hey, I want to shift things up
A really angry Romulan woman gave him to me and said, here, take this. I'm tired of feet walking him.
I want to shift gears for a second, guys, because there's two other things that happened in Star Trek this week that I think is worth talking about. One, they announced Section 31 movie, not a series. Just quick thoughts on everyone. How does everyone feel like of a Section 31 movie?
Well,
Love it.
let me tell you, it's great because you don't have to spend all that Michelle Yeoh sweet Academy Award money. You can use that for a Star Trek Legacy budget and make that in the future. I know Geek Filter said that, hey, that ain't happening, but we can dream, especially now that this budget's somewhere.
Yeah, I think it's a great idea.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I like the idea of them making movies again. And I'm going to make the prediction. I made it on the chat, but now I'm going to make it publicly. I bet you they're going to release it theatrically.
Yeah, I can see that.
It's Michelle Yeoh. She's hot. They're going to put it. They're going to put it out theatrically. Even if it's just a limited run or a concurrent run, you can watch it for free on Paramount Plus. Or you can go pay for it and go see it in the movies.
Right.
They'll do that.
Yeah, that I can see.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No. Fair enough. And the other big news, and I don't have any images of it because I was too busy watching Picard over and over again, was Star Trek Strange New Worlds trailer 2 drop.
Yes.
And I'm putting it out there That was amazing. To me.
Yes.
Yeah.
I
Classic
love this.
Klingons.
So exciting.
Classic
Yes.
Klingon. It's the visual style that's getting me. It's so
Yeah.
visually the same but different than the
It
other
is
shows.
So
And I like
colorful.
colour.
Yeah.
It's colorful, yes.
Yeah.
I like the colour.
So
you know?
much brightness.
I wonder if they're gonna address the group of Klingons from Discovery
I hope
They
because
was
they
one
do.
of the
they're of
background.
a different sect.
Yeah.
And I would love it if someone asked the Klingons that are going to be on Discovery, what about those guys?
I reckon you're going to see
You don't
three
talk about that.
types.
Yeah,
You're going to see three
exactly.
types. You're going to see the classic TNG Klingons. You're going to see the Discovery Klingons, and you're also
Yeah.
going to see the smooth head Klingons.
Yes,
I just
you
want to
have
see.
to.
I want to see Pike walk up to a Klingon and go, "Hey, what's with the?" And the Klingon just goes, "Don't ask." And that's the end of it.
Yeah.
That's the end. They
That'd be
never
perfect.
explain it.
Jason,
Oh,
you
that
mentioned to
would've
me
been
there's something the other
excellent.
day about what they've done with Spock, and I thought it was a great comment. Can you repeat it to the rest of the audience?
This is not my idea. I actually read it somewhere else, and I cannot remember
thief.
where I read it. I know, but
The
whenever-
plagiarism just keeps on going.
it's not plagiarism if you admit it's not your idea, and I'm not doing that. But whenever Spock showed up in the Discovery episode, if memory serves, they talked about him having a condition as a child that he had to manage. And a lot of people online who are autistic or have family members who are autistic are saying that Spock is being coded as autistic now.
That's
and if
cool.
you really think about it, it makes
Very cool.
a lot of sense
Yeah.
because a lot of the
Absolutely.
autistic people that I have known throughout my life, one of their big things is that they do not understand what other people are feeling. They don't understand the emotions of other people. And I really like that we have a legendary science fiction and cultural icon who is now on the autism spectrum. I have a
absolutely
lot
love
of
it.
students throughout the years who could potentially look up to someone like that and say they're just like
love
me.
that.
They just don't get it.
That's what's so
Yeah.
cool about
Yeah.
it. And
Yeah.
and you know how we didn't get Seven's line of what to say when she's captain? I love what they Spock's
got
version
Spock's.
of it.
Yeah.
Everyone's got their thing. So funny. I want
Make
the
it go
ship
now.
to go now.
Now.
So good.
I think they kind of stole that from The Simpsons, though, because if you remember in the episode where Homer becomes an astronaut,
Yeah.
NASA presses a button and says, "Make rocket go now."
Could
Oh,
be.
that's
So
funny.
that's funny, though. I like that. That
Well,
sounds
you
like
know,
something
The
a Packwood would
Simpsons-
say, though.
Well, we all know
Yeah.
the Simpsons predict the future, so it's
We have a fantastic comment here by Luis Brandon Torres, and
Oh,
it
of
says,
course,
"Woohoo, Michelle, yo,
Everything,
everything, everywhere, all in
in
space."
Oh, there you go. I still have to see
Hey.
that movie, by the way.
It's
Hey,
a
the
great
dark
movie.
side of this, I also predict one of the reasons it was Section 31 wasn't a series because they couldn't get her to tie her down for a series.
No.
And
Yeah, I think
I
that's-
don't blame her. Her
Yeah.
career has taken
So
off.
big.
She's a hot
Academy Award
ticket.
winner.
Who would
She's a
want to
hot
be
ticket.
tied down for,
Yeah.
7
3 or
years.
4 months? Yeah.
Yeah.
Out of the year. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Nuts.
Well, and that's not to say that it's not possible in the future too.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
If they do a Section 31 television show, there's no reason why she couldn't be the director and
Totally.
have her only
Yeah.
show up like once every 2 or
Yeah.
3 episodes, or
Yep.
maybe only
Yeah.
twice a year.
Yep.
Hey, Nita, could you bring
Yeah,
up the comment from David Cole?
Oh, absolutely.
Thank you.
Which one would you like? The David
Didn't
Cole?
season 3. Didn't see it.
Okay. David Cole, my friend here. I'm sorry, David. I don't know you, but you're now my friend. David says, "Did season 3 totally reckon season 2 or what?"
Yes, it did.
It did.
Yeah.
It did.
Yeah, that's
Some
why I wanted
way.
to-
Whenever
I
Q
felt-
showed up at the end, season 2 was even more useless than what we thought it was.
Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Like, I thought you
Yeah.
were dead. I was, but I got better.
Yeah.
I'm okay now. yeah.
Can I
It
just say
turns
one
out
thing,
I just had
Captain?
gas. I farted. There's a new nebula out there in a supernova. I'm good now.
Well, Q's always been dramatic, so it makes sense.
Yeah. Exactly. Well said,
Can I
man.
just say one thing about what Jason said about representation? I have a nephew who is on the spectrum, and
Oh,
I've
wow.
had many clients on the spectrum, and I think that having that representation would bring a lot of comfort to them, because it's really hard for them to understand facial expressions. You have to be clear. They understand emotion. You just can't go beating around the bush about it. You have to be very direct with them, because it's kind of difficult. And I think Spock is a representative of that, where he doesn't do beating around the bush emotions. You have to kind of be direct. And you will see other Vulcans that are not like that. So I think that thinking he might be on the spectrum is absolutely correct.
But what Jason said was that it's a main character. That's what makes it
main character, awesome.
It's not a side character.
Here's the thing, though. If you've been looking, there's been a lot more characters in pop culture who are on the spectrum. Yeah. We had a Power Rangers movie where the Blue Ranger was on the spectrum. We had The Good Doctor, where the main character is autistic. That's right. I don't know if you've ever seen Archer on FX. Archer has all the signs of being autistic because he does not understand why other people are upset. He doesn't understand why they're happy. He gets annoyed very easily when other people have to confront him, or whenever something happens that's not in his routine, he gets very annoyed. There's a very big possibility the Archer is on the autism spectrum. So that representation is out there, and it's becoming more normalized, and I love it.
I absolutely love it too. I absolutely love it.
Just want to say hi to...
And I'm just going to tell anybody who wants to comment the word woke,
Don't.
No,
I don't think they will.
Just don't. Self-copulate and perish.
Our friend here, Asian Pirate, says he just finished watching Picard.
Yay!
My man,
Jason,
Bill the Asian Pirate, my boy.
Jason, you can't say people can't say woke. What about that poor person who's just gotten out of bed and put in the message going, I just woke up. I'm just catching up, guys. It's not cool, man.
Same thing. Self-copulate and perish.
Nope, that's correct.
That's what Mirror Universe Spock says. Self-copulate and perish.
That's right. My question, though, if he's now being coded as autistic, didn't they explain Latocterai as like dyslexia?
Well, one doesn't have to be exclusive for the other, does it?
That's true. Yeah. I just thought that they had specifically had mentioned dyslexia.
I don't think that they
love
did.
The idea of Spock being autistic. Yeah.
Absolutely. I don't think that they necessarily classified it as dyslexia, but you can have, as someone who's in the social services, you can have a diagnosis of autism and have many other diagnoses that are separate to that. Just like a medical condition where you can have diabetes and high cholesterol. These are two separate things that are treated separately. So I absolutely think that there's a possibility that when they diagnosed him with that, they were really referring to the Vulcan equivalent to autism spectrum as opposed to dyslexia.
Really quick, there's a comment by Geek Filter.
Yeah,
if you could put that up right above Sarah Andrews.
Okay. Yes.
It's freaking me out. In Fringe, go ahead.
Okay. In Fringe, alternate Astrid was autistic too. Yes, one of my
We
favorite
are opening up
sci-fi.
Pandora's box here.
Yeah, we sure did.
The actress patterned
Jeez,
it after her sister. Yeah, absolutely.
I didn't know that her sister was autistic. I thought
Yes.
that
And don't forget to watch Sci-Fi Queens premiering tomorrow night, and they'll be talking about Fringe on their show all the time. So.
I want to jump in here with one final comment, since I'm the one who kind of started this whole ball of mud rolling. One of my favorite fanfics I read was only a couple of pages long. This was a few years ago. I don't know who wrote it. I don't remember what it was called, but it was a Luoxana Troy story. She comes on the Enterprise. It was set during the first season. She comes on the Enterprise and she is greeted by her daughter and Data. And Data says something to her, and she walks up and she starts talking to Data, and Troy senses an understanding, like her mother is sensing Data's emotions. And she's like, how is this possible? And Luoxana and Data spend the day together. She's talking to him and she's understanding him, and Data seems very, very at ease with her. And Data has to go on duty, and Troy's going to her quarters and, Mom, were you actually feeling Data's emotions? Is that something that was possible? And she goes, what? No, honey, no. Your father was autistic too. And she goes into her quarters.
Oh,
Mm.
That's
And I just thought,
love that.
what a beautiful story. It was not her. It was not her psychic gifts that was allowing her to bond with Data. It was her previous experience with someone with autism. And I just thought, well, that was such a beautiful sentiment.
I love that.
Captain, shall I throw to a break?
Yes, please.
Let's throw to commercial.
There's a moment in time, maybe once in your life, when you feel that you're ready to fly.
And that time is now, with the power of fuel-injected multi-valve engines, the security of anti-lock braking systems, the agility of four-wheel independent suspensions. This is advanced Pontiac technology for the 90s. And from now till January 7th, special factory incentives make all this Pontiac technology even more affordable.
On the Pontiac Express, we do the
Wow. I was
Totally buying a car for the car.
I'm sitting there wondering, okay, what is the point of this? Oh,
There we go.
Man.
It's Picard.
What an amazing voiceover it
Make
has.
Want to hear something wild? That red car was my grandmother's exact car.
Wow.
Wow.
But the car in the commercial.
In the commercial. I mean, not in the commercial. The physical.
Oh, right, but the same
that
brand.
model.
You know,
Yeah,
I
the
think it's
same color
appropriate
and
that
model.
Patrick Stewart did the voiceover for that commercial because if you remember, the Pontiac minivan looked like an Enterprise D shuttle.
It did. That's right. I remember that.
All right, it's time. I'm taking the show over here because
all yours,
it's my
sir.
favourite segment.
You have the
Because
con.
I don't have to actually think in this one, so I'm all good. But it's the time. It's time for the rest of you to think for Name That Track. So
It's time for Name That Trekisode. The hell is it?
okay, Nita, you're gonna have to
Absolutely. Let me tell you guys who has whom. We have Joe has Sarah Anderson.
Okay.
Sorry, Sarah.
You already won, Sarah, so you're good tonight.
Jason has Michael Goodwill.
Oh, congrats, Michael.
All right, right.
You know, you make the rest of us feel very bad and self-conscious. Worst captain
I gotta
ever.
admit, you were very close last week, Nita, so I'll give you that.
I've
I'll give
won
you that.
before.
Almost.
And I have Devin. And Annie has David.
All right,
David Cole. And Navia has Cosmic Mom.
Great, fantastic. All right, guys. If just to quickly go over it again, what we have
Hey.
is one single image from a. Sorry, somebody just say something, or am
I think she
hearing
said,
words?
"Oi." She figured it out already.
Ah, she said, oh, okay. She was getting there. She jumped the gun. It's all good. It's all good. I thought she was yelling at me. Oi! Yeah, that's it. Once I've got a single image here of a TNG episode, which will slowly reveal itself over about 30 seconds. Once one of these guys knows what it is, they're going to give me a good old Aussie oi. I'll choose them, and they have two options. The better option is to name that trackisode by name. If they can't, they have to give a very good detailed description. However, if you give a description, somebody else can cut in and name that trackisode, and they win. Are we ready, gang? Are we ready for the final Name That Trackisode?
We're ready.
Yes.
Let's do it, guys. Here we go. Here we go. Being the tip, it is a TNG episode.
Oh, this is the Muppet episode, isn't it?
Oh my god.
Oh,
that's not
I
a
don't
Klingon.
remember the name of this episode. I love the Klingons.
I know which episode this is. It's just escaping me at the moment.
Oh, wow.
Well, we're finishing. Does somebody want to give a description of the episode?
Oi!
All right, Jason.
Isn't this the episode where LaForge is kidnapped by Romulans and they redo his visor so he becomes an assassin and turns out that crusty old Klingon was working with him the whole time?
Does everybody concur, or does anybody?
Yes, I concur.
anybody
That's the episode.
for what potentially the name of the episode was. How about I give? No. That's it, Jason. Looks like you've won again, buddy, because nobody else can give me the description of the name of it. But the name of it was
The Mind's Eye.
Mind's Eye.
From season 4, episode
right.
24. Of course, there's
The
a
first
reason this is
appearance
the
of
final.
Sela.
That's
there's
right.
A reason this is, yes, that is true. But again, this is a reason why this is the
Congratulations,
final
Michael
Name That Track
Goodwill.
episode, because Jason
Nice,
wins
Michael.
again.
Congrats, Michael.
All right.
Thank you for
Michael
watching.
You're gonna have to
Goodwill.
send it snail mail. It's gonna take a long time, but you'll get it eventually.
And that was Name That Track episode, guys. All right, moving on to my second favourite segment. Heavily overproduced, but here we go. Stupid Star Trek questions.
It's time for stupid Star Trek questions.
We have this week. We have a stupid Star Trek question from one of our viewers who've been watching live and supporting us all the way along, and that is Sarah Andrews. And here is her stupid Star Trek question, which I think piggybacks off of last week's episode, and that is, inventions factor, because that was the title of the Name That Track episode last week. Riker is in his quarters, and you see the shadow of someone walking up to his door from the light under the door. And then the chime beeps. So are the rooms not sealed? I don't know if that's a stupid question. It's an interesting question.
It's definitely something.
Admiral Annie's laughing her backside off. You can explain this to me.
I don't know why this is so funny to me.
I know.
Yeah, why are you laughing?
I don't get it. This must be a
inside
gone
joke.
over my head.
I don't know why that's
It's so Riker knows whenever the husbands are coming, and he goes, "Oh, you need to get out of here."
And it beams off. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
That's a good, I love that answer. That's a great one.
That's just so funny.
Probably the-
I wonder too. I mean, obviously Riker's quarters, we get to see him a lot more than maybe other people's quarters, but I wonder if the layout of certain quarters are different, where like you walk in and it's kind of like there's the bedroom on like the right side of the room, and then like the lounge area is on the other side or whatever. I wonder if it's just different.
Now, Geek
Could
Filter
be.
says the rooms are sealed if the plot requires
Yes.
it.
That's right.
It's
Pretty
possible.
well accurate.
Yeah,
Riker's
I
favorite
mean, I
dollar,
think
so he's
that, you
always
know,
picking up everybody's dress as they walk by.
I think that the rooms are probably soundproof, but to seal it all the way through at the bottom, it could be a safety issue, right? Maybe if someone gets stuck in their room and they gotta pry them out. I have no idea. I'm just making something up.
Well, yes, because obviously there's nobody like can run a transport or anything.
Yeah,
that's
right.
Yeah.
What if the transporters are down?
You know, if my theory is correct, and that's so Riker can see if husbands are coming. You know, he and Miles have a bro code. Like, Miles, I need you to do it again. Okay, fine. I don't know why Miles had. I don't know why
If
Miles
my
had
badge is
Picard.
on the door handle, don't come
Sarah
knocking.
says you can smell people's food like apartments.
Oh man, you know Worf's quarters were stanky. Then.
His farts would be horrible, right?
Like a Vulcan neighbor.
That's why the
burning
doors
sex all
aren't
the
sealed.
time.
They've blown them off the hinges.
Oh, come on. Klingons got bad gas. We all know that's a fact.
For real.
That's right.
Eat that live food. You know, you're gonna get some live
circulation.
Why?
They need the circulation if the Klingons have gas.
Yeah,
Why?
absolutely.
Why is Jason messing with my boo today?
Because
Either
today
way.
is a good day to sleep.
Yeah, today's a good day to have a nap.
Trouble up.
Today is a good day to nap.
Now, the next question, which I don't have up on screen, is my stupid Star Trek question, because it's the last one of this series, is what did Worf do to set the Enterprise on fire? What happened, guys?
Yeah.
He farted.
Well,
was not his fault.
He lit his farts.
Yeah.
He was at a frat party and it just went bad.
He said Captain's chair he wants to fit in with the ensigns. He's like, hey everyone, watch this.
And we got a dramatic recreation.
To lower decks, right? No, to
Not
Prodigy.
lower decks,
It's
Prodigy. Yeah, that's what I was
Prodigy,
thinking.
where that battle happened and the
The
Enterprise.
living construct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
You know,
wanna
maybe they
hear-
like beamed them out. Maybe he was in there going, "Oh, we're losing power. Beam us out of here to another starship." They beamed them out and they blew it up. You know, it happens. It's not his fault.
No, it
I
wasn't
think he
his
was
fault.
secretly smoking. in his bathroom, and he didn't put it out properly, and he had a bar heater going at the same time, and he left the oil on the oven. That's what I think it was.
See, Devin, you were my
the
friend.
ramming speed.
You were my friend, Devin. You were my friend. Devin
to
said
set
he
the
forgot
parking
to
brake.
set the parking
Oh, the
brake.
ship's going. Oh no.
Agent Pirate, you
I like
out
that
of
one.
my friend zone too. Oh, when Riker's looking.
Oh man.
This is why we need short treks back. We need that.
I know.
Yes,
Or
we
we
need
need a
to
we
watch
need a
short
Captain
treks.
Worf
Yes.
movie where we see what happened to the E.
Yeah.
But
Yes.
I like the theory that the Battle of the Protostar is what
Yeah,
got
that's
the
what I
E.
like.
I think
Yeah,
I
like
think
that's the most
we've seen
common
it.
sense, but that's no
yeah.
fun.
Of course,
But
it's
I
fun.
think that
Talk
it would
about
be,
it.
I think that a great episode for Prodigy would be to like kind of do a flashback and have like an animated Worf. How cute would he be?
Oh, that
right?
would be cool. Yeah.
I
That
hate
would be cool.
kids.
Yeah. Why you
Interesting
never see
enough,
Alexander anymore?
was there any references to made Prodigy throughout the season?
Not that I know of.
No.
Because
Going
we
on
are talking around the same
ceremonial
timeline, aren't we? We
Well,
are.
Yeah,
in the
Prodigy
same-
20
takes
years.
place
20 years
about I think it takes place in the late 2380s, and then this one takes place about 15 to 20 years later. So
Yeah,
there
this is
there's a bit of-
2401, isn't it?
Yeah.
I wouldn't have minded seeing like Janeway show up on camera at one point. Maybe she was a member of the fleet going, "We have our ship back," and then turn around and go,
Yeah.
"Lieutenant RL, get us out of here." And that
Yeah.
would have been kind of
Yeah.
cool.
Or maybe a flashback of a conversation with Admiral Shelby going, no, we can't implement this lot of ships. And her arguing her point,
Mhm.
like it would have been great to see that moment where they discussed, linking all starships
Yeah, that
and
would've been fun.
Janeway protesting.
That would have been cool. Yeah. I like what Geek Filter said.
The one he just said right now.
Yeah.
Yep.
Hold on. It says no. Terry only reference for fucking.
Yeah. That was the other show he did, I guess.
There is a lot of film references that Terry does throughout this.
Yeah.
Especially
I
in
like
compositions of shot, framing, certain character arcs and turns. Like, I mean, yeah, I made a joke of it, but it's very, even if it wasn't a conscious thought, it's that bit with the Enterprise flying through the Borg ship is absolutely influenced by Return of the Jedi.
Absolutely.
Whether it
For
was a conscious
sure.
decision or not, it is.
Yeah.
So Terry Metalis clearly is very intelligent, and his team in regards to film language, what makes the scene work, what doesn't make it work. So
And putting the right music.
he's
in.
our new hero.
Yeah.
Yeah. Totally.
Yeah.
Totally.
Kurtzman's on the bus, mate. You're on the bus, Kurtzman. You're out of here. No, look, I love you, Kurtzman. You did strangely well, so I love you.
Yeah. One thing though, we never that in Picard season 1 at the very end, the summoning of whatever that was, the living AI that was coming out of that, the like tingling tentacle thing, was very much similar to the living construct. So I really was surprised that they didn't put 2 and 2 together and like.
Well, I think I wouldn't want to make any references to season 1 or season 2 at all. Honestly, I wouldn't.
Yeah.
And I think it's, even if they were good, it's good to have this mysterious AI thing that we never explain. I think it's good to sometimes add more mystery to the universe. In a show that's about unlocking mysteries, it's good sometimes that they throw a bit of extra on top.
And my other thing is, so the Borg Queen, she was destroyed in First Contact, and then she came back and got destroyed by a Janeway, and now she's back again. So was this one the First Contact Borg Queen, or
They all kind of are the same-ish, I think. It's just, why wouldn't you have gotten Alice Krieg back? Why wouldn't you?
She's a busted up Borg Queen. Did
Yeah,
y'all
she was
look?
really. That's why I was wondering. Is this the First Contact Borg Queen?
She
or
looked
was
like
this in,
somebody did
fancy-
a intergalactic drive-by.
Yeah.
Look, if anyone's out there, I would put $10 on right now, which I don't have $10, but if I had $10, I'd put it on right now that was Amanda Plummer as the physical Borg.
No.
Queen.
Geek Filter? You're still here.
That's an expert.
You can tell
I'm
he's
researching.
He's asking Terry as he speaks. It's like, was that? Yep, it was. Good. No worries.
I'm
He's just
checking it out.
I was
Hold on,
the one
let's see.
Janeway poisoned. Okay.
Yeah.
Michael
Oh,
says
Joe.
that Joe
You think it's
thinks
so-
such three-dimensional terms.
Right.
Yep.
Don't
Many
be pumping
dimensions.
him up, Michael.
That's right.
Yeah. Don't. You're going to regret it after the show tomorrow. And you're going to go, why didn't I get the girls and the 2 Jasons on instead? That's what you're going to be thinking.
Probably not.
Hey, you could have had the sci-fi queens on.
I'm teasing. Joe's great, and I think it's fantastic is on there. I think the fact that you're allowing our special needs captain to come on your show, Michael.
Hey, whoa. Getting booted and spirited off my ship. All right, guys.
I'm a changeling all along.
I think that wraps up this lovely foray into everything that was in the glorious final season of Picard. What a lovely send-off of happy, nostalgic memories. We have Q setting up for a new legacy. We have the next generation ready in the wings, ready for those wonderful, sweet free budgets from no longer having Discovery and not making an actual Section 31 show. So now that those sweet monies are free, maybe we can get our legacy show. And that's what we hope. And I hope that you guys are joined us next week for the premiere of the Sci-Fi Queens and all.
No, premieres tomorrow, Joe.
Tomorrow.
Next week, we're having a week off.
Yes.
We'll be back in 2 weeks, Joe.
Yeah, so we'll be back in 2 weeks because I'm actually doing some anniversary celebrations of my own. So
hey,
Joe, can I just take a moment just to thank the audience for this season of Picard? I think it's been wonderful how everyone's jumped on board. Yep. I certainly want to thank you, Joe, as the captain, as much as I tease you a little bit. You're wonderful captain. It's always great to do the show with you.
Yes.
We've got Jason Roy Gaston. He's our Spock, let's face it, minus the autistic nature, he's our Spock. So.
Minus the autistic nature, talent, intelligence, and sex appeal. Yes, I'm your Spock.
Yeah. Joe, I will follow you in battle, my brother.
And of course, our sci-fi queens.
Yes,
in this season, we brought Nita on board. Admiral Annie's been back in the house after saving lives every day.
Yeah.
And of course, we brought Navia, the Queen of Chaos, along. Yeah. And audience, if you like what we do here, you're going to love the Sci-Fi Queen. So please go check it out. I'm done now, Joe. I just wanted to thank everybody. And of course, I thank my brilliant self, who without me, you wouldn't get any of this.
Great job, Jason.
It wouldn't look as good as if because you would have me fumbling around like this button does stuff. Yes,
you are not a bad admiral. You are definitely a good admiral, Jason.
This has been a fantastic experience. I'm so proud of the growth, and I'm so grateful to have all these friendships. And even when I just want to say I absolutely love you too, Michael Adam Goodwill.
You are awesome. He has a great show.
Thanks, Michael.
Yeah, I'll be seeing you tomorrow as soon as I run the frig out of work.
You've got a date. We get it.
Yeah. Anyway, I will also say check us out. Nita and I will be in Trek Long Island on the 20th of May, so you'll be seeing more of that. May 20th, 21st.
Absolutely.
Me and I will be rummaging around, doing a lot of scanning and exploring and meeting all the wonderful people that one of which.
If you see us, come and say hi.
Yeah, go take a picture with Nita. She'll do it for free. You can scan a little thing.
She knows how to use everydy's phone. So
exactly. She knows. She's got it.
I promise you.
Diva is ready. And yeah, that's pretty much everything. I will see you in 2 weeks, and I'm out. Have a great one.
Oh, Joe, as a special wave goodbye for this week's episode, I have a very special clip to play us out.
Is it
and it's very important because I think we need to celebrate the legacy of Picard, and it is the final episode. So we'll leave the whole audience, which I think is an important video to show what Picard means to us all. Say goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
Tea Earl Grey hot. Tea Earl Grey hot. Tea Earl Grey hot.
Earl Grey tea hot.
Tea Earl Grey hot.
Tea Earl Grey hot. Tea Earl Grey hot. Tea Earl Grey hot. Tea Earl Grey hot.
Of course it's hot. What do you want in it?
Nothing. Tea Earl Grey hot.
That beverage has not been programmed into the replication system.